everyone! Thank you so much for clicking on another one of my videos. If this is your first time joining me, hello! My name is Emmy. I'm married with 2 children, and I started this channel in order to keep track of my family's frivolous spending because we are in over $200,000 worth of debt, and we really just need to keep better track of what we're spending our money on. So I like to create budgeting content where we do budget check-ins, digital cash stuffing, and other budget videos like that. So if that sounds like something you are interested in, please feel free to subscribe, like this video, and leave a comment down below. Thank you so much for everyone who has already liked, commented, subscribed. I really appreciate all your love and support as my family goes through this debt-free journey. As you can see, this video is a little bit different from the videos I usually post. With the rising gas prices and food prices, it's a lot. It's a lot to keep our head above water. So I wanted to talk about the 7 ways to survive inflation. 7 tips and tricks, I guess you could say. By no means am I a financial expert. I mean, I'm trying to get out of debt myself. And of course, by no means am I an artist. I just thought I'd do some doodles while I talk about these 7 tips. So let's get into it. Tip number 1, declutter your stuff. And I mean, take good quality photos in order to post them on different places. Things like your clothes, accessories like hats, shoes, belts, even household items and small appliances. Like I sold an ice cream machine I wasn't using, an old coffee maker. All of those things can be sold. You can sell them on Facebook Marketplace, Mercari, and eBay. But if none of those things sell, even when you donate these items, write them off on your taxes. That's a great way to get money for it, even if you don't sell. Tip number 2 is to do an easy side hustle. And by an easy side hustle, I mean you're not going to be doing any work. There are tons of cashback apps out there where you just scan a receipt or you make a purchase you were going to anyway, and it gives you cash back for whatever purchase you make. Some of those apps are Ibotta, Fetch Rewards, Rakuten, and even Pampers and Huggies if you have small children. Anytime you make purchases on these baby items or other items, you get cash back or you get points back on those purchases. And if you're going shopping for those things anyway, why not get paid for it? And the last app is a new one I found called Evidation. It syncs up with your Apple Watch or Fitbit, and anytime you do any exercise or walking, it keeps track of all your exercise and steps, and you get points, which turns into gift cards, and you can redeem it that way too. So these are easy side hustles where you don't have to do much work. I'm not saying to go and get a part-time job. Like, these are things you're doing anyway. You're just going to get paid for them. Super easy. All right, tip number 3 is to do a pantry challenge. Look through your pantry and take inventory of what you have. From seeing what you have, you can then create a grocery list so that way you don't go buy things that you don't necessarily need. From your grocery list and your inventory of your pantry, you can focus much better on shelf cooking. And that is a term that is coined by Jordan Page. If you don't know who I'm talking about, you need to check out her channel. She is filled with money-saving tips. Shelf cooking is using what you already have on hand so that way you're not wasting any food or supplies. Tip number 4 is to stretch, which means when you do go shopping, buy those cheaper items such as rice, pasta, and fresh vegetables, so that way you don't have to spend all of your budget on proteins, which tend to be more expensive, but you can still create filling and healthy meals for your family. Tip number 5 is to get creative with your travel. As gas prices are rising, which, I mean, they are getting better, but they're still pretty high right now. It's really important to be creative on how you can get around for day-to-day things. So, for example, can you carpool? Can you find someone in the neighborhood who can help you with taking the kids to school? Or perhaps maybe there's a time that you can work from home a couple of days a week. Or maybe you can trade with someone in the community where maybe you take the boys to practice and they will take the girls to ballet. Communicating with who you have in your your area, in your neighborhood, that's a great way to cut down on some travel expenses. Tip number 6 is to cut down on the extra. This means going to a bare bones budget, which is a coined term by the Budget Mom. And if you don't know who that is, you need to check out her channel as well. But that means cut down on the Netflix, the Hulu, all those subscriptions that are not necessary. They're more of a want. And it's important to be flexible with these things. You can't cut absolutely everything, but maybe you don't need all of those subscriptions to those streaming services. Maybe you can keep one instead of 4 or 5. Also, be flexible with other things, like if you normally get a coffee on Fridays, can you maybe get a small coffee instead of a medium this week? Being flexible is a great way to cut down on those extra expenses. Which leads me to my final tip, and that is to treat yourself. Treat yourself, meaning it's impossible really to cut down on all of those extra spending habits because eventually you're going to get antsy. I mean, I'm speaking from experience. If you cut down on absolutely everything, no eating out, no subscriptions, none of that stuff, only going grocery shopping for the bare minimum, you're going to get antsy, and then you're going to splurge your budget on something that you might not necessarily need, but you're just like, oh, I can't take it anymore. I need to buy something for myself. I'm going to get this coffee. I'm going to get this fast food purchase. I'm going to get this. So keep in mind that it's okay to have that one pleasure every now and then, because one pleasure is better than a huge splurge. Don't cut it all out, just cut out what you can. That makes sure that you get those little pleasures, but still sticking to a budget. I hope this video was helpful to you guys. These are my 7 tips on how to survive inflation. Let me know in the comments down below if you have another tip. What's a way for you to save money during these trying times? Thanks so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.